Hey you guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys about the law of attraction and what you resist persists, as well as what you feel breeding more of that specific emotion. When you resist how you feel, you're still feeling it. That's number one. And whether you're acknowledging that you're feeling it or not, which is what it all boils down to, it's going to persist. Which is why there's no point to emotions such as worry that are left up in the air. Like, there's no excuse for mean emotions, especially towards other people, but also ourselves. But they are usually emotions like happiness and kindness that actually get you somewhere. Worrying just leaves you hanging in the balance, and it breeds more worrying. It doesn't bring you closer or further away from the inevitable, I guess you would say. Or is it inevitable? Because a lot of our worrying is imaginary. And a lot of us worry about things that are never going to happen. I like to think of myself as a pretty positive person who always hopes for and sees the best possible outcome, and I've learned to do a trick where I think about multiple best case scenarios. One of the spiritual teachers that I follow created doing that. I can't think of who it is at the moment, but one of them thought of that, and I think it's brilliant. But worrying just, there is no point to it. And I mean, I'm guilty of it. Everybody worries from time to time. But it's making it less and less of an occasion, which should be the goal. And the best way to do that is by thinking about the best case scenario, or distracting yourself and doing something else if you actually can't change what's going on, or the timeline, or if you know what the outcome is going to be but you're just dreading it. And I don't want to say that I prepare myself for the worst, but I make it a point to come to terms with the fact that such and such might happen, so that my world doesn't come crashing if and when it does. And not only that, but it triggers your brain into, okay, so what are we going to do about this? Because there's always, if you change your perception from worrying and oh my god, there's always either another way of looking at a situation or another way through it, around it, whatever you want to call it. I mean, like the saying goes, no matter what your religious beliefs are, if the God of your understanding brings you to it, he, she, it, whatever, will bring you through it. So, getting rid of the emotion of worrying and the thoughts of worrying, the repetitive thoughts, really does have to do a lot with faith. And having faith that it will all work out. And there's another saying, and I know I'm being really cliche right now, but in the end, it will all be okay, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. Damn, I'm philosophical tonight. I don't know why. But yeah, I've always been, even at a young age, I was always the type to tell somebody that it would all be okay and not to worry. Life is meant to be lived and not just existing and having fun, going for your dreams. Like I said in my last video, that is why I probably am all philosophical and whatever tonight, because I'm wearing my new shirt from My Time, My City. If anybody knows who Paulie and Cody Calafieri are, and Corey Brooks from Big Brother, it's their line. Again, now that I mentioned them, I will put a link in the description box. But yeah, try not to worry so much. And I know that's easier said than done sometimes, but life is too short to worry. And your time can be spent so much more productively. And a huge weight can be lifted off of you. If even for 5 minutes you stop worrying, get out of your head. Do something that you love. I love being around kids. I swear, I was like 19 kids and counting in a past life because I love babies. So, but you might not. So do something that you love. Get out of your head. Even for a short time. You can worry about it later if you have to worry about it at all. And then eventually you'll see that you worry less and less. It takes practice, especially if you've never not worried. So I hope that helps somebody watching this that worries about every little thing or is worried just about one thing right now. Feel free to send me a message. I'll include all of my social media in the description box. And hang in there.